Hey, what is up you guys? Okay, last night while I was at work, I received a comment on one of my recent videos that I just put up from a user named Kat, so a massive shout out to you. And what they're asking is maybe some tips on how I personally play the guitar. Okay, so rather than me sitting here teaching you how to play songs the way that other artists do, or your own little spin onto it, it's tips that I personally use when I'm playing guitar to improve the way I play, to improve the sound, and just to add my own little personal kind of twist onto things. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a couple of little things that can massively improve the way you play. Okay, it will improve how quickly you learn, it will improve the way that the song sounds, and it also makes it sound a lot more complex than what it really is. So if you're playing a couple of songs for your friends or whatever, you can add these little tips in, and I promise you it does make it sound a hell of a lot better. Okay, so this kind of video is aimed more towards the kind of beginners, okay? This is the kind of stuff you want to be learning. So say you've got a couple of songs under your belt, okay? You can maybe strum a few chords, you're kind of getting there, your chord changes are coming in. These are all little tips that will help you. Okay, so first of all, is using hammer-ons. Okay, using hammer-ons while you're playing chords can honestly massively increase the way that the sound comes from your guitar, the way the song sounds, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with an A minor chord. Okay, so this is this chord here. So to get this, you're going to put your first finger on the first fret of your second string, just there. You're going to put your second finger on the second fret on your fourth string, and then your third finger underneath on the second fret of your third string. Okay, so that's your A minor shape there, guys. Alright, so now you've got your A minor. Don't forget to curl those fingers up. Alright, don't forget to curl those, because otherwise if you don't, you're going to get mutey sounds. It's not going to be good. I know it's painful, alright, but you guys will get there. It just takes time and practice, alright? A couple of you have mentioned that in previous videos, that you're having difficulty because you're trying to play the chords and it's just making that mute. So what you need to do is make sure you curl those fingers up, alright? Use the very tips of your fingers. It does suck. It does hurt a lot. You get blisters, but we've all been there, alright? And I promise you, your fingers will toughen up. So now you've got your A minor, okay? So the first thing, as I said, is using hammer-ons, okay? So if you want to just strum a couple of times, up and down, your own little thing, you know, it doesn't have to be the same as this, just strum that guitar, right? And then what I want you to do is remove your second and third finger for a strum, and then put them back on again, alright? Put them on quite hard, so you get this kind of... That's a hammer-on, alright? Okay, you can do it with individual strings as well. So if you want to just removing your second finger, so you just want to hit your D string, okay, which is your fourth string there, okay, if you want to just hit that, remove that second finger and then put it back on again. Get that sound, alright? And then maybe try hitting the third string and removing your third finger, hammering it back on. Okay. So now try. Alright, so they're hammer-ons, alright, so they can massively, so if you're just going like this. Okay, so that's using hammer-ons, okay? So that's a little tip there. That can massively help, alright? Also, while you're strumming, okay, there's absolutely no harm whatsoever in just picking up random strings, alright? Just randomly stringing on any string you want, okay? Just make sure you don't hit this E string, okay? Because your bass note comes from the A string for this chord, alright? So we're just going to base most of this lesson around this chord here. Okay, so just... So all of a sudden, you know, you're using your hammer-ons and you're hitting random strings, okay? Doesn't really matter, you know, you'll find what sounds good to you. Okay? So there's another little tip, just hitting random strings, alright? Gives you a little bit of a sound, alright? Gives the sound you're kind of looking for. Play around with it, find which strings suit you and which order you think sounds good. Okay, so far you're using hammer-ons and you're hitting individual strings. Okay, so this is what I do when I'm playing along. If I'm playing any songs, I often Okay, that's the kind of stuff that I like to do. Okay, just keeps my fingers moving, keeps things a bit more interesting. And trust me, if you ever listen to me play guitar, chances are 2 times I'll play the same song won't sound similar at all, because I'll just play around with it and do different things. Okay, another thing that I do quite frequently as well is I add an open strum between my chord changes. Okay, so if I'm going from an A minor to a G, I'll maybe add an open strum, so to the D, back to A minor. Okay, so that's a little tip that I use sometimes in changing between chords. I'll add an open strum in there just to give it a little bit of a sound, all right, so that you can hear that next chord coming in. Okay, so there's some little tips there, all right? So hopefully, you know, you guys can play around with these little tips, all right, and see how things will improve for you. Okay, so like I said, just a few little things that I do personally when I'm playing, and I also use my capo as well, or capo, depending on how you pronounce it from where you're from, just to change things up a little bit. So if you take a song like James Arthur, okay, Say You Won't Let Go, okay, that's usually played with your capo on the 3rd, okay? Why not move it up to the 5th? Take it up a step. Alright, play around with it, alright? If you have a capo, play around with it, find different tones and different, you know, feelings and emotions and everything like that, all the way up the guitar. Obviously, the higher up you play it, it's going to sound a little bit more cheery, a little bit happier. You play it lower down, you know. So just play around with a lot of different things, guys, okay? If there's anything that you guys do, all right, any little tips that you guys have for me, please leave a comment in that inappropriate based comment section down there, and I will read it, and you know what? I will take all these things and I will learn it and I will put it into a video, and we'll see how we can all improve together, because that's what this is all about. Okay, so there's a couple of tips, all right? Using your capo, using hammer-ons, and individual strings, right? Okay, so there's a couple of tips for you guys, alright, just in different things that I personally do when I'm playing the guitar. Alright, so I hope this video has been helpful for you, alright. If I went a little bit too fast, please feel free to reverse the video back and then just keep watching it over and over again. So yeah, if this was helpful for you, please give this video a little thumbs up and leave me a comment in that inappropriate based comment section down there telling me how you guys think I did, alright? Because at the end of the day, if I'm pumping out videos and it's not making any sense to you, then we're not really going to learn anything, are we? So if you could just give this video a like, stick a comment down there, let me know any tips or anything that you guys personally do when you're playing guitar, and we can all just practice some stuff together. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go on to my request video, and I'm going to have a look through, and I'm going to get a tutorial up for you guys, because I haven't done a tutorial in so long, and I know you guys have been waiting so patiently, so you guys will see that up soon. Alright, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there, guys, as well, to see more tutorials and videos like this. And also hit me up on Twitter, because I've recently just got a Twitter account, and that's where I'm going to be posting the majority of polls and, you know, comments about videos and things like that. So hit me up on Twitter. It's at ChrisAdams1993. Okay, so hit me up on that, and we can tweet or whatever it is you do on Twitter. All right, guys. Well, anyway, take care of yourselves. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I will see you all in probably a couple of hours. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.